Hi, I'm Chuchun. I'm now in my first year in a PhD program in Atley School of Architecture and Landscape. And the theme of my research is about how contemporary art in Taiwan confronts the violence of history, with particular focus on Grand Island, a small island in southeastern Taiwan, an hour's boat ride from the principal island of Taiwan. And here I'm talking about memory and perpetual construction. And the white material I'm talking about here is during the period of the years of 1950s to about 1990s. In this period, the government of Kuomintang have imprisoned and killed a lot of intellectuals who has communist leanings. And here in the map, we can see that Lüdao, Green Island, is just next to Taiwan for about 1 year boat ride. And here in Green Island, located the Human Rights Museums. It is directly it is a direct conversion of the Green Island prison, retaining the prison's infrastructure and surveillance lookouts and cells. And the environment of the exhibition venue is very hot and humid here, especially during the summer months of the exhibition, which brings a lot of challenges to the visitors. Um, and with the extreme condition of the special environment, Green Island gives us the opportunity to revisit the concept of lieu de mémoire proposed by Pierre Nora. This French historian has pointed out that the places carries memories, and memories can speak with symbols. However, here I try to ask whether it is possible for places and memories to take on more complex appearance. I try to reconsider a place with the idea of milieu instead of lieu. Milieu here, this French word sometimes means surroundings, sometimes means the conditions, and or in the middle. And I try to, on the other hand, I refer to French art historian. Um, on one hand, I refer to French historian Kathleen Hoop's phenomenological approach to landscape and experience, which focus on our experiences in surrounding environment instead of taking landscape as simple. On the other hand, I reconsider uh, um, the idea of milieu proposed by French thinkers Deleuze and Guattari in their book A Thousand Flags, and reimagine multiplicity and variability of places in order to reflect on the limitation of the notion of lieu de mémoire. First of all, um, uh, First of all, I would like to start with how Grenada became a place of remembrance. As a political prisoner with communist learning, it was not until 2007 that it was transformed into a human rights park under the impetus of the campaign of the redress of wrongful conviction. In 2018, it was officially turned into human rights museums. In 1990s, in the year of 1990s, the monument was erected um, on the shore next to the prison. Every year in the 7th May, which is a human rights day in Taiwan. A lot of political victims held a human rights concert here. Um, in the years of 1990s, a monument, sorry, um, on the other hand, the landscape of Green Island was gradually become a symbol of memory of the White Terror in various commemorative events, paintings, photographs, songs, and other works. Um, and here we can see from 2018, um, it comes the New Lights art season that happens every year, and now once 2 years. And for a long time, Grenada has been an island in political narrative. Um, I'm sorry, I think it's not in the wrong page. Um, the socialist Ye Hongling pointed out in 2015 in her research that, on one hand, the human rights parks created the government by the government preserved the traumatic memory of the White Terror, transforming detention and execution sites into a place of memory of White Terror and um, influencing the narrative historical memory in Taiwan. And that, on the other hand, state-initiated projects to build public memory have become a narrative that produces official viewpoints that suppresses its complex aspects. However, as Yehong points out, isn't a commemoration of collective trauma ultimately hindered by institutions and unable to find ways of escaping these constraints? The art historian Chen Xiangjun, in her book on traumatic narrative via contemporary art in Taiwan, entitled Beyond Commemoration, proposes another point of view based on trauma theory. She suggests that since the 1990s, commemorative activities not only concern individuals but also affects cultural tradition and collective identity that have long been trapped in the cycle of remembering and forgetting. In contrast to Yehong's institutional critique, consumption analysis, the work of artists featured in 1997 exhibition, Sadness Transforms, thus escape the state-centric trauma narrative while allowing arts to construct transport station of trauma as proposed by French artist Bracha Edinger. Putting Bracha Edinger, Chen Xiangjun suggests that works of art such as Epitaph by Wu Li in the exhibition provided a space for public to contemplate and mourn the trauma of the massacre in Taiwan. She believes that these artists have created space where everyone can mourn together. And um, um, initiated in 2019 and held every year now once 2 years, the International Human Rights Month season has become sorry, a focal points for these creations. The exhibition away the Sacrosanct Museum have gradually revealed different orientations to those of commemorate activities. And but even with a form of commemorative activities, the art season did not provide the resident artists with a solid narrative-based once they were on the Green Islands. On the contrary, its harsh environment conditions affected them even more strongly than the document they had read before embarking on the islands. This prevented them from ignoring the gap between the place, the environments, and the historical archives. and they began to perceive Green Island in new ways with their own experiences. But how does it work? I would like to share my own experience, my field trip in the last autumn, and the artist's testimonies as example. When I arrived on Green Island last year, it was already the end of the exhibition because of the strong typhoon that had hit Taiwan in early autumn. I had heard news of damage caused by the typhoon to electrical circuits and outdoor installations. Furthermore, the museum, which is a former prison that has preserved its original concrete building, become quite heated and suffocated under the intense summer sun after typhoon. In such a space, it becomes challenging to concentrate on work, let alone think about them. In an interview with Gu Ping, an artist who participated in the last season, she also mentioned the impact of Green Island's extreme environment on her projects. For 2023 season, the artists underwent monthly workshop with reading before landing on the island. They worked with socialists, psychologists to read the histories and archives about White Terror, as well as the local chronicles about Green Island, in order to gain deeper understanding of the context they were about to face. However, according to Gorbing's recollections, the harsh environmental conditions on Green Island caused many artists to reconsider their approach to their work after arriving on the island. From 2019 to 2023, many works did not directly address the issue of White Terror or seek to convey the historical truth about the White Terror. Instead, they choose to represent their own bodily experience of Green Island in their work. This approach has also caused content among the political victims and their families. Guoping's discourse highlighted two key tensions in the heart of the artistic scene. Firstly, the art's bodily experiences when when they arrived on Green Island do not completely correspond to the official narratives or the historical archives. Secondly, the victim's desire to tell the truth about the history make it more challenging for both parties to reach the common understanding of these two experiences of landscape, which makes it more difficult for them to work together during the season. And next, I would like to use Liu Jitong, an artist who has participated in the art season for 2 years, as an example to discuss how the landscape of Green Island has affected the artist's perception and how to commemorate events of the art season instead of making Green Island a lieu de mémoire, a place where people's collective memories are brought together. On the contrary, reflects the split between people's experiences and memories. In her 2021 work, she's an artist from the main island. Liu Jitong reacquainted herself with the landscape and a White Terror archive photograph by learning to swim with a resident of Green Island where she grew up. And Liu Jitong has written about her own experience in non-fiction pieces. After comparing the historical photographs, she found that the terrain was different from the sea she swam in. And it was only after Chuchun Hsu's explanation that she realized that the rock has been blown up and therefore changed the landscape. This history was not discovered until the artist found herself from her own experiences. And this is the installation she made adapted out of the photo taken by from the archive. And in the other work, the landscape sent by those who come after, Liu Zitong compares the photographs taken by political prisoner Shen Menghe with those taken by the one who come after um, in the same location. In this combined image, the political prisoner was assigned by the prison to take a picture of the stone with the official slogan on the front. While the political victim who did not agree with the slogan chose to take the picture of the back of the stone. And the photo taken by those who come after shows how those who do not understand history try to get closer to the period of history. Here, the artist incorporates three perspectives of history: the officials, the political prisoners, and the young generation who never experienced the White Terror. To conclude, in the case of Green Island, we see that the concept of lieu de mémoire may not be applicable in certain circumstances, especially for a venue like Green Island, who has long carried the burden of history, but at the same time, who has a very extreme condition of surroundings. Um, the program of the art season might seem to be another kind of commemorative activity, but the severe tests brought by the environment and random exploration of the artist, on the contrary, reflects people's divergent perception of the island and its history and presents an unstable form of commemoration. And perhaps even more importantly, we need to reimagine another variable conception of remembrance. On one hand, the environment has affected the artist's original perception of Green Island and the history of White Terror. And on the other hand, people's divergent perception of the island and its history have made the commemoration more fragmented, or we can say more variable, as Deleuze and Guattari mentioned in its way, milieu, in the middle, and no longer able to form solid monuments. Thank you.